Hey everybody, welcome back to Crisis in Donovia 22. This is your CJTF battle update briefing for day 2. So first off, before we jump into the briefing, I just want to talk about the event we're running, Crisis in Donovia 2022. So this is a Tank Sim event. It's a cooperative mini operation hosted by Tank Sim, but also being supported by several different virtual units and members across the community. This is being conducted over 4 days from the 26th to the 29th of December. Currently today's the 27th, so we had our first mission yesterday, our seed mission. We had great attendance and great support from across the community. I really appreciate it. And I know today there's probably going to be an even better turnout just based on the discussion I've seen on the Discord. So thank you everyone for participating. And again, we'll continue. Tonight's our strike mission, Tomorrow's our ground attack mission in Steel Beast, and on Thursday the 29th we'll run our final mission, our infantry attack in Easy Red 2. This event focuses on a single operation that will be played in 4 phases that you can see to the right: siege, strike, attack, and seize. And it's what I'd like to consider a cross-platform experience using DCS, Steel Beast, and Easy Red 2. What makes this event unique is that there's persistent and transferable results between each mission. So the order of battle for red and blue is fixed. There's no changes. Some very minor updates to it as the operation continues, but for the most part it's fixed. What's even more unique is that the order of battle that's on the DCS map for the 801st Donovian is also on the map for Steel Beasts. And as we remove and destroy enemy equipment, we're also removing it from other aspects of the operation. So our Steel Beast mission will have the same order of battle that ends in DCS today. For your CJTF battle update brief for day 2, the last 24 hours, the CJTF Air Group conducted attacks against the 801st to suppress the Air Defense Battalion in the vicinity of Beslan Airfield. However, before we were able to conduct the siege strike, we were interdicted by Su-30s from the north of Mozdok Airfield. They hit us a little further south than we anticipated. We did lose 3 F-18s in the process. However, we were able to quickly regroup and destroy all 6 Su-30s, now leaving the Donovian defenders without fighter aircraft. In the next 24 hours, we'll continue strikes against Donovian air defense assets, and we'll begin strikes on ground targets as well as their organic field artillery battalion. This will set conditions for our ground attack during Phase 3 with our combined arms battalion. Changes to our combat power. So as I said yesterday, we lost 3 F-18s with 5 remaining. We lost 3 A-10s to ground fire, and we lost 1 F-16 to ground fire. In support of today's operation, we have 2 reinforcement elements. So we have 2 MLRs that showed up today to support Phase 2 operations, and we had 4 AV-8s that showed up today to support Phase 2. For red combat power, they had 6 Su-30s destroyed, 2 SA-19s were destroyed, and they had 1 SA-6 search and track radar that was damaged. For intel, so we are tracking that the SA-6 search and track radar has been repaired, so it will be back in the fight today. We've been informed that Donovian High Command will not reinforce with additional fighter aircraft. Instead, they will move a few different SAM batteries closer to the border to protect the international boundary from incursion from coalition air force. And then finally, for targeting priorities, there's a few things we need to look at. The first is we need to destroy SA-6 and SA-19 threats to enable freedom of maneuver for our air power. The second is we need to destroy the 801st FA Battalion to allow freedom of maneuver for Phase 3 ground forces. And then number 3 and number 4, T-90 tanks need to go. So each MIBN has a company of T-90s, if you remember. We're going to look to target those guys first so we can achieve overmatch with our ground forces. And then finally, we're looking to destroy the reconnaissance company so we can knock out their eyes and ears prior to Phase 3. What the Donovian 801st currently looks like in terms of combat power. So we've touched very few of their ground forces in the last phase. However, we were able to destroy 2 SA-19s from the Air Defense Battalion, and we were able to completely destroy their fighter company support with 6 Su-30s. Everything else, however, remains unchanged. For our friendly forces combat power, again, we lost 1 F-18, so we have 5 remaining. We lost 1 F-16, so we have 5 remaining there. And we lost 1 A-10, which means we have 3 remaining. Our attack aviation company was not used yesterday, so all 8 H-64s remain. And then our combined arms battalion and our Tropian rifle battalion have not been used and will not be used until Phase 3 and 4. Our Special Forces AOB was also unused yesterday, and they maintained their slant of 4 observer teams. That concludes today's briefing. If you have any questions, stop by the TankSim Discord. The description's down below. Looking forward to the rest of the week of the events here. Appreciate everyone's support, and we'll see you on the field. Thanks.